Hello, happy Tuesday. It's me, Jerry Cates, and welcome to Empowered Woman Live. Give me just a second and let me check on the phone and see if I can get 2 comments. Make sure I'm live. I'm live. All right. So if you're here you're here live, hashtag live. And if you're here for the replay, hashtag replay. Today I'm going to talk about resentment. And it might be something that you carry that you don't realize how it's affecting you in the rest of your life. Hey Sherry, how are you? Hey. So we're talking about resentment. I'm trying to watch the comments. So we'll see how this goes. So the real reason resentment keeps building and what to do about it. Have you ever found yourself stewing over something for days, weeks, even years? And it should have been over, right? It should have been long over, right? We just carry it. We might leave a situation and just be stewing about it. After it's gone, we've removed ourselves and we're still stewing about it. And you said what needed to be said. You even set boundaries. But underneath it all, resentment still simmers. See, resentment's that thing that just kind of simmers right under the surface and it comes up. You replay what they did, what they didn't do. You catch yourself venting again. And it's not that you're bitter, you're just exhausted. If that's you, and if you're carrying emotional weight that feels too heavy to hold, then this talk is for you. Who is this for? This is for the woman who's done the work, who set the boundaries, made changes, left people, places, or patterns behind, but deep down still feels resentful. Like she's holding it all together while no one notices how much she's carrying. She wants peace, she wants to let go, but she feels that there's always one more thing, one more demand, one more person who needs her. So who's this not for? This isn't for someone looking for a quick affirmation or blame game. If you're busy blaming everybody else for what they did to you, then you're not going to be open to hear this message. So this isn't for you. But it's a good distinction to have. So if you are doing some blaming, it's an opportunity to step back because it's not serving you, right? It's like you trying to poison them, but you're taking the poison. You end up with the poison. It's not worth your energy. Okay, so this isn't for someone, like I said, looking for a quick affirmation or a blame game. This is real talk, and we're going inward to the root. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is resentment isn't about what happened, it's about what wasn't met. Resentment builds when our needs aren't acknowledged. Can you feel that? Think of the times that you didn't feel acknowledged and how you felt about that. But it's not just by others. Our needs aren't acknowledged by others. It's but ourselves. So it's like I said, it's inward. We're looking inward. When we override our desires, when we keep saying yes, when we mean to say no, we feel unappreciated, unseen, or taken for granted of, and pretend that it's okay. That energy doesn't disappear. It doesn't disappear. It simmers. In feminine power, we learn unmet needs don't go away. They just go underground, and resentment is their smoke signal. Right? Resentment is their smoke signal. So here's a little action prompt. Ask yourself, what am I needing that I've been pretending I don't need? So what are you denying yourself? See, because this causes resentment. So just taking a moment, and ask yourself, what have I been denying myself? What have I been needing and pretending I don't need? And then, you always come to my talk with a journal or something, right? because I'm going to invite you to write down 3 things you're craving that you've been denying. It's kind of like a paradox, huh? It's like, I want this good thing, but then I deny myself, right? I want a good life. My analogy is, I want love in my life. And then on the other side, if I'm saying, oh, there's no good men out there, I'm keeping it from myself, right? So that's why that deeper connection needs to happen with you. So now let's talk a little bit about how to let this go. And it starts with radical self-honesty. I'll be honest. One of the things I felt deeply resentful about, and I didn't want to admit it at first, was back into my life. Oh, my husband. He came back into my life after 39 years. I loved him when I was in high school. He was 4 years older than me. I moved away. 39 years we're reunited. And he came to me, and I didn't realize it at first, but he was sick. He had drank a lot of those 39 years. And although when he was with me, he quit drinking, he had liver disease. And I had this moment of clarity when I realized, even though, because I'm a nurse, well, I'm a retired nurse and nurse practitioner. So I have this job where I'm caregiving everybody. And then I have this relationship where I'm finding that I'm the caregiver in many ways. And I felt resentful because that's not what I thought I was getting. See, so my needs weren't being met, right? I needed someone to support me and nurture me. And he did an amazing job. I just remember doing a meditation with Feminine Power one day. I had pulled over because I was driving home when the class was going on, and I pulled over for the meditation. And the coach said, here, let's try it. Go ahead. If you're somewhere it's safe to do so, close your eyes. Just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in and then release it. And I want you to think about, what is it that's in your way of taking your life to the next level? Is there a situation? Is there frustration? Well, when she got to resentment, let's look for resentment since that's the topic. Kind of search in there. Is there some resentment about some things? Can you feel it? And we're just naming it. I'm going to leave you in a positive place, though. I want you to tell yourself, I'm 100% responsible for what I say, for what I think, for what, let's even say think, and what I do. Oh. I'm 100% responsible for what I say, what I think, what I feel, and what I do. And just feeling that. Groundedness from that. Now, where's the resentment or the other feeling that you were feeling? And you can open your eyes. So that's an experience, right? When I did that, the coach asked me, what are you feeling? Or what do you see? And I was in a big meadow. And she goes, where's the resentment? And I go, there's no room for resentment. And that's right. When you're 100% responsible for what you say, what you think, what you feel, and what you do, when you take that on, it's powerful. It's like standing in that place. Okay, so back to the talk. So that's a way of letting go. We're talking about letting go, and it starts with radical self-empathy. So I had this guilt, for feeling resentful. So, but if I shift it to, I'm 100% responsible for what I say, what I think, what I feel, and what I do, there's no room for it. And here's the other thing, an added thing, is that if you start looking at others in your life as being 100% responsible for what they say, what they think, what they feel, what they do, and letting go, You'll notice where you've been, in their stuff, because we're literally letting them go and stepping back. And it's going to be a shift because there's been a dynamic going on. Maybe you've been codependent, and as you shift back to this place where I'm 100% responsible and you're 100% responsible, and I'm supporting you in that. And I might have to help light the way a little bit, but I'm not in their stuff doing all that, right? I'm not living their life. I'm not being codependent. Because when we give ourselves away like that, our needs aren't being met. And when our needs aren't met, we're not happy. We're not happy. Or let me put it this way. We can be so much happier when our needs are met. And sometimes it's about identifying what your needs are, right? What do you need? If somebody asked you that, what do you need? What would you say? A lot of us would stutter and not really allow ourselves to say what we need. So it's getting really honest with yourself. What's really going on here? Having radical self-empathy, this really helps. If you're the kind of person that's hard on yourself, that has that critical gatekeeper that is just yakking and yakking, it's so important to heal that, to reprogram that, to have the tools to shift that if you're doing that. Because that's a conditioning, that's a programming. And you can condition and program something else. But it takes active participation, and it takes one step at a time. One step at a time. So now let me figure where I'm at here. I just want to say that, radical self-honesty is the practice of telling the truth to ourselves first. It's being willing to say, this isn't what I expected. I wanted something else. I need something different. And from that honest place, we reclaim our voice and choice and power. It's just, there's so much power in naming it. You can unpack it then. Being able to take a look at what's really happening. And that's what I mean by radical self-honesty. If you want some help with that, I can help you with that. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. When that critical gatekeeper's talking, instead of being in that place, when you notice that you go off course and the habit is to put yourself down, what I'm inviting you to do is just tell yourself, course correct. Course correct. Just get your boat going in the right direction. Just course correct. Because we want to give ourselves permission to be both brilliant and imperfect at the same time. Take that on. Say that. I give myself permission to be both brilliant and imperfect at the same time. See how forgiving that is? That's so forgiving. Put a yes in the chat if this is resonating. I have this in my hand and I can't even really see it. All right. I have a prompt, an action prompt. What unspoken expectation are you still holding on to? Name it, and then ask, is it true? Is it mine? What unspoken expectation are you still holding on to? Yeah, naming it is so powerful. Okay, so there's the third one. Can you release you can't release what you haven't acknowledged. Remember I just said naming it is so powerful? It's more powerful than you realize. So often we try to let go before we've even admitted what we feel. Gotta address those feelings. Because they're the ones in your body, in your subconscious. They're the ones that are programmed. They're the ones that your nervous system reacts to. So we want to recondition that. We tell ourselves it's fine, and we rise above it. We jump into forgiveness without passing through the truth. And that's why we keep ending up back there. But in feminine power, we honor the emotional truth. We give voice to the part of us that's still hurting. Not dwell there, but to witness it. To witness it. To bring it out of the dark and into the light. Because we can't shift what we can't see, or you can't shift what you can't see. Witness it. We do an exercise in feminine power, and you ask yourself, you can do two people, but you ask yourself, you say your name, Jerry, what are you feeling? And then whatever comes up, I'm feeling sad. And then to yourself you say, I can see that you're feeling sad. So you're just witnessing, you're not trying to fix it. And it's a great practice to do on yourself and with others, right? Just acknowledging their feelings. Try that sometime and watch everything shift. Notice what your reactions are all the time. What if you just witnessed it, reflected back to them what they said, right? It is a powerful tool you can do with yourself, is witnessing yourself. What are you feeling? When my husband passed away, Jerry, what are you feeling? I'm feeling sad. I can see that you're feeling sad. Jerry, what are you feeling? I'm feeling afraid. I can see that you're feeling afraid. Even now, that's really powerful. So the other part of it is, what do you need? And you ask yourself these three questions, or each question 3 times. So what are you feeling, and what do you need? And I need safety. I can see that you need safety. What do you need? I need solvency. I need financial solvency. I can see that you need financial solvency. See, so whatever it is, and this is a powerful way, ladies, to tap into your needs, your feelings and your needs. You can heal so much by connecting to this part of yourself, because it helps you find your voice. Can you see that? How it would help you find your voice? Years ago, my son was running amok, and I was a mess and codependent and crying all the time, just crying all the time. He's on the run. He's grown up so much now, but it was a rough time. And my husband, he was just at his wit's end with me crying all the time. And he said, Hunters, what do you need? And I honestly couldn't come up with what I needed. It took me a day, maybe day and a half, 2, to come up with it. So how far was I disconnected from myself? Pretty far. If I couldn't even find what I needed, or maybe it was about, I'm not worthy of having what I need. Those were the things that I came to realize in that. And then when I figured it out, it still took me more time to ask for it. And I think that's about being worthy. And how many times in your life do you put off asking for support? And here I'm in a situation where he asked me what I needed. And when I finally figured it out, I still was resistant to asking him. Why is that? And I know I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that has denied her good. I'm not going to claim it for now, but has denied her good. Right? So here's what I told him what I wanted. It might make me cry. I just needed him to hold me. I just wanted him to hold me and let me cry. I knew crying bothered him, but I just needed to get it all out. So he invited me to our bed, and we laid on the bed, and he wrapped his arms around me. And the louder I wailed, the deeper his embrace. I feel it now. He passed away in 2016. So having your needs fulfilled is amazing. Even now, thinking back about it, there were a lot of lessons in there. Identifying what I needed, knowing that I was worthy enough to have it, and then and then asking for it and then receiving it. They're all steps to it, right? Because it might be a pattern we don't know. The pattern might be shut down, don't tell anybody, and just react. Have some resentment, be angry, be upset, feel like a victim. But when we start to tap into ourselves and find out, have that intimate relationship with yourself, so much healing goes on. So much healing goes on. All right, so I've finished my talk. So, like I said, in A Feminine Power, we honor emotional truth. We give voice to the part of us that's still hurting, not dwell in there, but to witness it, to bring it out of the dark and into the light. And I say that again because after all I've shared with you, you see it differently now, right? That you're holding space to witness it. So, speak this out loud. It's okay to feel resentful. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to want more. So when you're doing, what am I feeling? It can be positive or negative. What am I feeling? I'm feeling pissed off. I can see that you're feeling pissed off. And just holding space. It's just such a powerful tool. It's a mirror back. Stick with me. I'll teach you so many tools. So many tools. Okay. Now, I kind of lost my place. Emotional truth. Okay. So speak this aloud. It's okay to feel resentful. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to want more. It's okay. So what we talk about? Resentment. And I bet this was a surprise, right? Resentment is the sign of unmet needs. Start there. Resentment is a sign of unmet needs. Letting go begins with radical self-honesty and radical self-empathy. You can't release what you haven't acknowledged. You got to be able to name it. Got to be able to name it. So what's one feeling or story? Ask yourself, what's one feeling or story I've been holding on to that's asking to be released? What's an old story you keep telling and dragging along and you got to tell everybody about it? Just think about all that energy's going into that, and it could be going to self-care, forging a deeper connection with yourself by doing some meditation or something that shifts your energy, like tapping. Notice when you're going on and on about something. That's an unmet need. And it's time to figure out what that need is. Okay. So if this stirred something in you, and if you know you're carrying a lot of stuff that's not yours, I'm inviting you to a 30-minute laser session. So this is just one problem, and we talk for 30 minutes. We do a coaching session for 30 minutes. There's a process I take you through. No sales pitch. If you like what we do, we'll have you come back and we'll do a little more coaching, and then I'll share with you what it looks like to work together. But I really want to help you have a breakthrough, a shift in how you're thinking, how you're showing up, okay? So put clarity in the chat. Oh, laser, gotta know it's laser because that's the 30-minute one. Okay. The other thing is, I've been getting into tapping lately, and I don't know if you know what this is, but it's emotional freedom technique. And I learned when I was working for Dr. Jaggi, my holistic doctor, and it was the prescription for people with anxiety or depression. It was part of the protocol. So I would teach that to them. My sister told me yesterday, she's got one of those watches that tells you when you're in REM sleep and deep sleep. She calls me up and said she did tapping before bed, and she was able to get in deeper sleep. So I created a nighttime tapping thing to release the day. And if you're interested, just put tapping in the chat. The only thing is, if you ask for it, I want you to do it. And if you need some instruction, I'll send you something to teach you how to tap. But it's such an energy shifter. Like, oh, I don't have one in front of me. Take your hand and tap right here. Just karate chop, just a couple fingers. Just tapping there. And even though I feel tired, I love and approve of myself. Even though I get frustrated sometimes, I love and approve of myself. Okay, now I want you to stop tapping. Do you feel an energy shift? It starts at your hand and kind of waves through your body. Well, imagine if you did the whole thing and set it up for releasing your day and embracing your night. So yeah, I got this new tapping. I used it last night. It was very cool. And it's just a beautiful thing, a little ritual you can do that says, I'm caring for me. I'm putting myself to bed now with these very special tools or, rituals to nourish myself, right? Because I'm going to tell you, taking care of yourself is an inside job. Taking care of yourself is here's what I think of. I think of, take care of yourself well enough so that you feed others from your overflow. Right? Take that on. Take care of yourself well enough so that you feed others from your overflow. What does that feel like? That means I'm way filling up here. I'm taking care of myself. I'm making sure I get my nourishment. I'm not going all day without eating. I'm not off doing something. I'm planning ahead. I'm making sure that I get exercise or that I do tapping. I'm taking care of myself, taking care of my mindset. I've been meditating before I get out of bed in the morning. I'll put my headphones on and listen to a meditation. And you can do those things to where it's like, oh, I'm craving this. And what a great thing to crave. And if you don't think you have time for it, take a step back and look at the things that you do that spin your wheels, that aren't really productive, that could be filled with taking care of yourself, treating yourself as if you were your best and dearest friend, and taking care of yourself well enough so you can feed others from your overflow. Lisa Nichols, author and motivational speaker, she puts it, I want to feed others from my saucer, not from my cup. She wants her cup overflowing. So I guess the biggest message I can give you tonight, and we said that about letting go of resentment, it's a sign of unmet needs. What if you made it your mission to find out what your needs are, right? To care and take care of yourself. The same care you give to everyone else. I want you to turn that towards yourself and practice that and show up as a woman who's loved, right? And say these things to yourself. I'm showing up as a woman who's loved. I take care of myself well enough so that I feed others from my overflow. Make it the new mantra, the new way of being. Anyway, I have talked long enough. Thanks for staying. So Cherie and Gat and Elaine, I saw you come in, and Carol, I saw you come in too. So yeah, if you want to have some fun and do a discovery session, not a discovery session. I just did one of those. It was so much fun. Laser session. Or if you want the tapping script, type tapping. And I just remembered, there's a post. I have hypnotherapy for $99 for the next couple of weeks till the end of the month. So if you've thought about wanting to do hypnotherapy, and if you're not sure and you want to know more about it, just send me a message and we'll have a conversation. We'll get on the phone and talk about it. But a lot of things can be unlocked with that. So watch for the hypnotherapy posts and things. But yeah, it's only till the end of the month. They run $175, and we do a week later, we do a follow-up. So we check in to make sure you're doing okay. All right, so hypnotherapy. And that's enough, Jerry. Thanks for staying, you guys. Bye-bye.